Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, where we uncover fascinating stories behind Britain's most intriguing coins. Today's spotlight is on the top 5 rare UK 2-pence coins, featuring memorable examples from 1987 to 1997, including a rusty 1997 piece, a well-circulated 1989 coin, a fine 1993 example, a lightly shaded 1987 coin, and a dilapidated 1996 issue. Each coin tells its own journey through history, wear, and collectability, so stay with us as we explore what makes these everyday coins surprisingly interesting for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Let's get started up with the UK 2-pence coin from the year 1997, shown here in a rusty condition. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary copper coin that has spent years in circulation, but coins like this often carry far more history, character, and collector interest than people expect. With rising curiosity around late 20th century British coinage, even a weathered example can spark excitement among enthusiasts who love unique surface aging and circulation stories. The 1997 period sits within a modern yet meaningful chapter of British minting, reflecting the stability and design consistency of the Royal Mint during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. This era represents a time when everyday coinage was produced in large volumes to meet the needs of a busy economy, yet subtle variations in finish, aging, and storage conditions have created unexpected collectible appeal. A rusty appearance on a copper-plated steel coin often tells a story of long exposure to moisture and air, creating a textured patina that many collectors view as a sign of authenticity and real circulation life rather than damage alone. Each mark becomes a visual record of where the coin may have traveled and how it has survived over the years. On the head side, the coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that symbolizes continuity, national identity, and decades of British heritage. The finely detailed profile captures dignity and calm authority, surrounded by the traditional inscriptions that identify the monarch and year of issue. Even with surface oxidation, the facial contours and lettering often remain visible, adding character rather than diminishing interest for certain collectors. Turning to the tail side, the familiar feather design forms part of the royal shield motif, representing strength, unity, and historical heraldry. This iconic reverse design connects modern currency with centuries of British symbolism, making the coin instantly recognizable and culturally significant. Culturally and historically, the 2-pence coin plays an important role in everyday British life, symbolizing accessibility, small transactions, and daily commerce. Coins like the 1997 issue reflect the rhythm of ordinary people's lives, from school tuck shops to local markets and transport fares. Over time, these coins become miniature time capsules, preserving the economic and social atmosphere of their era. For collectors, this cultural relevance adds emotional value, transforming a simple coin into a tangible piece of living history. In terms of physical characteristics, the 2-pence coin weighs approximately 7.12 grams and has a solid feel despite its modest size. Its copper-plated steel composition contributes to its durability but also explains why rust can appear when the protective layer wears down. This aging process gives each rusty coin a unique appearance, meaning no two pieces look exactly the same, which can increase individual appeal in niche collecting circles. Key facts about this coin include its year of minting in 1997, its standard diameter and thickness typical of modern UK bronze coinage, and its instantly recognizable shield feather design. While it was originally produced for everyday use, its survival in a visibly aged condition makes it stand out among cleaner examples still found in circulation or collections. This individuality is what often drives renewed interest and conversation among collectors. Rarity is not always about low mintage alone. Sometimes it is about condition uniqueness and visual character. A rusty 1997 2-pence coin may not be traditionally rare, but demand can rise when collectors seek distinctive examples for themed collections, error studies, or surface aging displays. The strong interest in unusual finishes, natural corrosion patterns, and story-driven pieces continues to grow, creating a positive market atmosphere where even modest coins can attract surprising attention. When we talk about current market value in a high-demand showcase sense, some collectors and online listings sometimes highlight optimistic figures for eye-catching or uniquely aged pieces. In pounds, showcase prices can be presented in the hundreds, such as £180, £250, or even £320 depending on presentation, perceived uniqueness, and buyer enthusiasm. Written in numbers, these values appear as £180, £250, and £320. When converted into dollars for international interest, these figures can appear even more impressive, helping fuel global curiosity and collector excitement. These display values reflect enthusiasm and marketing appeal rather than guaranteed sale prices, yet they demonstrate how attention and storytelling can elevate perceived worth. For collectors, it is always wise to store rusty coins carefully in dry conditions to prevent further corrosion while preserving their natural character. Gentle handling, proper coin holders, and keeping records of where and how the coin was found can add personal value and future interest. Observing detail clarity, originality of surface, and overall eye appeal will help determine how desirable the piece may be within specialist circles. In conclusion, the 1997 UK 2-pence coin in rusty condition represents far more than spare change. It carries cultural identity, historical continuity, and visual individuality that continue to attract collectors worldwide. Its strong display demand, appealing storytelling potential, and distinctive aged appearance keep interest high and conversations active in the numismatic community. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just discovering the hidden value in everyday coins, this humble 2-pence piece proves that even the smallest currency can hold surprising fascination and growing appeal. Next up, UK 2-pence coin from the year 1989, found in circulating condition. At first glance, it might look like a simple copper coin you've handled countless times, but coins like this often carry far more character, history, and collector interest than most people realize. With growing enthusiasm in the numismatic world, even circulated examples from the late 20th century are attracting attention, making this coin a surprisingly exciting piece to talk about in today's market. The 1989 2-pence coin belongs to a period when the United Kingdom was firmly established in the modern decimal system, which had been introduced in 1971. By the late 80s, the Royal Mint was producing coins that balanced tradition with durability, ensuring they could withstand years of everyday use in pockets and tills across the country. This era reflects a confident Britain moving through technological change, expanding global trade and cultural evolution, and these everyday coins quietly witnessed millions of daily transactions. A circulated 1989 2-pence piece tells its own story through gentle wear, softened edges, and a natural patina that only time and handling can create. On the head side of the coin, you will find the elegant portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. The Queen's crowned effigy faces to the right, projecting dignity, stability, and continuity of the British monarchy. The surrounding inscription proudly names the monarch and reinforces the authority behind the coinage. Even in circulating condition, the facial details, crown texture, and lettering often remain clear, reminding collectors why this portrait remains one of the most admired modern British coin designs. It represents not only royalty but also decades of national identity and trust in British currency. Turning to the reverse, the design features the Prince of Wales's feathers, a powerful emblem tied to the heir to the throne. The three feathers rising from a coronet symbolize heritage, honor, and long-standing royal tradition. Below the feathers, the denomination 2-pence stands boldly, ensuring instant recognition. This design was introduced as part of a modernized look for Britain's lower denominations, blending symbolism with clarity and strength. In circulated examples, the feathers may show slight smoothing, which many collectors actually appreciate because it adds authenticity and character rather than diminishing charm. Culturally and historically, the 2-pence coin represents everyday British life. It was used in corner shops, bus fares, school tuck shops, and countless small purchases that formed daily routines. Coins like this quietly connect generations, carrying memories of change, growth, and national milestones. For collectors, such coins offer a tangible link to social history, making them far more meaningful than their face value suggests. The 1989 issue sits comfortably in a period that many people still remember, adding nostalgic appeal and emotional connection. In terms of physical properties, the 1989 UK 2-pence coin weighs approximately 7.12 grams and measures just over 25 millimeters in diameter. It is struck in copper-plated steel, which gives it that familiar warm tone while ensuring durability for circulation. The weight and size make it easy to identify and comfortable to handle, contributing to its long service life in everyday use. Even after decades in circulation, many examples still retain strong structure and legibility. Some interesting facts add extra appeal to this coin. It forms part of a long-running design series that remained consistent for many years, making date collecting particularly attractive for enthusiasts who aim to complete full-year sets. The high mintage numbers mean it was widely used, yet circulated pieces with pleasing surfaces and balanced were becoming more desirable as people increasingly search their old collections and loose change. The steady growth in online coin communities has also boosted awareness and interest in late 20th century British coins. Although the 1989 two-pence coin is not traditionally classed as extremely rare, its circulating condition gives it realistic collector value and strong demand among beginners and casual collectors. Coins with even wear, readable inscriptions, and natural color are especially appealing. Many collectors enjoy owning circulated coins because they reflect genuine history rather than being locked away in pristine condition. Demand continues to rise as more people explore affordable entry points into coin collecting. In today's enthusiastic collector market, some sellers present attractive estimated values purely for showcase and excitement purposes. A circulated 1989 two-pence coin may be advertised with eye-catching figures in the hundreds of pounds range, such as £120, £250, or even £480, depending on presentation and perceived appeal. In US dollar terms, these promotional values may appear as approximately $150, $310, or even around $600, creating strong visual interest for viewers and collectors alike. While these figures are illustrative and used to highlight growing demand and excitement, they demonstrate how everyday coins can capture attention and imagination in the market. For collectors, it is always wise to handle coins carefully, avoid harsh cleaning that can damage surfaces, and store them in protective holders or sleeves. Keeping basic records of where and when the coin was obtained can also add personal value and enjoyment. Learning to recognize consistent wear patterns and authentic coloring helps build confidence and appreciation over time. Even circulated coins deserve respect, as their history is part of their charm. In conclusion, the UK two-pence coin from 1989 in circulating condition stands as a brilliant example of how ordinary currency can become an object of fascination and growing demand. With its iconic royal portrait, symbolic reverse design, solid construction, and connection to everyday British life, this coin offers both historical interest and collector appeal. Whether you're a seasoned enthusiast or just beginning your journey into numismatics, this humble copper coin proves that hidden value can often be found right in your pocket, waiting to be discovered and appreciated. At number 3, the UK two-pence coin from the year 1993, presented here in fine condition. At first glance it may seem like an everyday copper coin, but once you look closer, its story, design, and growing collector interest make it far more exciting. Many enthusiasts are now searching for well-preserved examples of this issue, and demand continues to rise as collectors aim to complete date runs or secure attractive condition pieces for long-term value. The 1993 two-pence coin was produced during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period that represents stability, tradition, and continuity in British coinage. These coins circulated widely across the United Kingdom during the early 1990s, passing through countless hands in shops, buses, and markets, quietly becoming part of everyday life. Over time, however, fewer coins remain in genuinely fine condition, as circulation naturally causes scratches, fading, and surface wear. This makes clean, well-defined examples increasingly desirable to collectors who value sharp detail and original surfaces. The coin carries the timeless feel of Britain's decimal era, linking modern life with centuries of monetary heritage. On the head side, you will find the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with finely engraved facial features and elegant detailing around the hair and crown. The inscription around the portrait reflects the monarch's title and reinforces the authority of the British currency. In fine condition, the portrait remains clear and balanced, with strong lettering and minimal flattening, which adds greatly to the coin's visual appeal. Turning the coin over, the tail side proudly displays the iconic Prince of Wales feathers, a design that has become synonymous with the two-pence denomination. The plume, crown, and ribbon carry a sense of royal identity and national pride, and when preserved well, the design remains crisp, making the coin especially attractive under good lighting. Culturally and historically, this coin represents everyday British life in the early 1990s, a time of changing technology, evolving markets, and strong national identity. Coins like this traveled through countless stories, from morning coffee purchases to newspaper stands, quietly recording a slice of social history. For collectors, owning a well-kept 1993 two-pence coin is like holding a small but meaningful piece of Britain's living heritage. Its familiar design also makes it popular among new collectors, while experienced numismatists appreciate it as part of a complete decimal collection. In terms of physical characteristics, the two-pence coin has a solid copper-plated steel composition and a weight of approximately 7.12 grams, giving it a reassuring feel in the hand. Its size and thickness make it instantly recognizable, and the warm copper tone adds to its charm, especially when the surface remains bright and clean. The edge is smooth, supporting the coin's simple yet bold design and contributing to its durability in everyday circulation. Some key facts further enhance its appeal, including its consistent minting standards, recognizable royal imagery, and its place within one of the most collected decimal series in the UK. Although large numbers were originally minted, true fine condition pieces are becoming more difficult to locate as time passes, increasing their desirability among collectors and resellers alike. Rarity in this case is driven not by low mintage, but by condition, originality, and overall eye appeal. Coins that have avoided heavy wear, corrosion, or damage stand out strongly in the market and often command premium attention. When it comes to market value, interest has grown noticeably, especially for clean, well-preserved examples. While everyday circulated pieces remain modest in price, a fine-condition 1993 two-pence coin is often promoted in collector circles with exciting price expectations. Some listings and private sales suggest values in the hundreds of pounds, with example asking prices such as £250, £380, or even £495, written clearly in numbers as £250, £380, and £495, depending on presentation and buyer demand. Converted into dollars for international viewers, these figures can appear even more impressive, roughly ranging from around $320 to $630 or higher, creating strong curiosity among overseas collectors. These figures are often used for promotional and collector interest purposes, helping to highlight the potential and excitement surrounding this coin in today's market. For collectors, the best approach is to handle the coin carefully, store it in a protective holder, and avoid unnecessary cleaning, as original surfaces are always preferred. Keeping an eye on condition, authenticity, and overall appearance can make a noticeable difference in long-term desirability and potential resale appeal. Building a small collection around similar years and denominations can also enhance enjoyment and provide a stronger sense of historical continuity. In conclusion, the 1993 UK two-pence coin in fine condition is far more than loose change. It represents British heritage, reliable craftsmanship, and growing collector demand. With its elegant royal portrait, iconic reverse design, solid physical presence, and rising interest in the market, it continues to attract attention from both seasoned numismatists and curious beginners. Whether you are collecting for passion, display, or future value potential, this humble coin proves that even small denominations can carry big stories and exciting possibilities. If you enjoyed this exploration, stay tuned for more rare finds and hidden gems from the world of coins. At number 4, the UK two-pence coin from the year 1987, especially the shaded variety that has caught the attention of many collectors. At first glance, it may look like a simple copper coin you might still find in an old drawer or piggy bank, but when condition, color tone, and surface shading come into play, this coin can become far more desirable than most people realize. With growing interest in modern British decimals and error-style appearances, demand for shaded examples has been rising steadily in the collector's market. The year 1987 sits within an important era of the UK's decimal coinage, when the Royal Mint was producing large quantities of bronze two-pence coins for everyday circulation. These coins were made to be durable and practical, yet small variations in metal tone, striking pressure, and storage conditions have created subtle differences between examples. The shaded appearance often refers to darker or uneven toning across the surface, which can give the coin a distinctive character. Some collectors actively seek these visually unusual pieces because they stand out from standard bright copper coins, adding individuality and conversation value to a collection. On the head side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed with fine detailing that reflects the elegance and stability of her reign. Her profile faces right, surrounded by the inscription identifying her title and the year of issue. Even after decades, well-preserved shaded examples still show sharp facial features, clear lettering, and smooth fields that highlight the craftsmanship of the mint. On the tail side, the iconic prints of Wales feathers are proudly displayed, a design deeply rooted in British heraldry and tradition. The three feathers with the coronet and motto give the coin a regal identity, making it instantly recognizable and culturally significant to collectors both in the UK and abroad. Culturally and historically, the two-pence coin represents everyday British life in the late 20th century. It symbolizes a time when physical cash dominated daily transactions and small change played an essential role in shopping, travel, and family budgeting. Coins like the 1987 issue carry a quiet nostalgia, reminding collectors of a simpler era of commerce. Over time, these ordinary objects transform into historical artifacts, preserving the story of British currency development and design continuity under one of the longest-reigning monarchs in history. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1987 UK 2-pence coin has a standard weight of approximately 7.12 grams and a solid bronze composition that gives it its warm copper tone. The diameter and thickness provide a reassuring feel in the hand, adding to its collectible appeal. Even shaded examples usually retain their original weight and structure, making them easy to authenticate and compare within a collection. Several key facts make this coin attractive to enthusiasts. It belongs to a widely collected decimal series, features a timeless royal design, and offers interesting visual variations through shading and toning. These qualities combine to create steady market interest, particularly among new collectors who enjoy finding affordable yet visually striking coins. While the 1987 issue was not originally rare in mintage, the shaded condition in cleaner preservation can make certain pieces more desirable, especially when the surfaces remain smooth, the details crisp, and the toning evenly distributed. Rarity in this case comes more from condition and appearance rather than low production numbers. A shaded coin that has avoided heavy scratches, corrosion, or cleaning marks can attract higher attention from buyers. Collectors often value originality, natural toning, and balanced shading, which enhances eye appeal and uniqueness. As demand continues to grow in online marketplaces and collector communities, these coins are increasingly being viewed as underrated modern collectibles. When we talk about current market value, some sellers present optimistic figures to reflect high demand and collector enthusiasm. In the UK market, shaded 1987 2-pence coins are sometimes advertised with premium asking prices in the hundreds of pounds, such as £250, £375, or even £480, depending on visual appeal and perceived rarity. In US dollar terms, these figures roughly convert to around $310, $465, and $595 respectively. These values are often promotional or speculative, but they demonstrate the strong interest and excitement surrounding attractive examples, especially when marketed as unique or visually distinctive pieces. For collectors, the key to success is careful inspection and proper storage. Always handle coins gently, preferably by the edges, to avoid fingerprints and surface damage. Storing coins in protective holders helps preserve the shading and prevents further oxidation. Keeping a small record of where and when you acquired each coin can also add personal value and organization to your collection. Learning to recognize natural toning versus artificial cleaning will help you make better purchasing decisions and build a stronger collection over time. In conclusion, the UK 2-pence coin from 1987, particularly the shaded variety, offers a wonderful blend of everyday history, royal design, and growing collector interest. What was once simple pocket change can now become a talking point and a potential highlight in any coin collection. With its strong cultural identity, attractive appearance, and rising demand in the market, this coin continues to capture the attention of enthusiasts around the world. Keep exploring your spare change and old collections, because you never know which small coin might hold a surprisingly big story and exciting future value. At last, UK 2-pence coin from the year 1996, a piece that may look dilapidated at first glance but still carries a surprising story, strong collector appeal, and an exciting sense of demand in today's coin collecting scene. Many people overlook worn or weathered coins, yet in the world of numismatics, age, circulation history, and distinctive character often add charm and desirability. This humble copper-plated coin represents a time when millions of these pieces passed through British hands, buying sweets, newspapers, and bus fares, quietly becoming part of daily life and national memory. The 1996 issue belongs to the modern decimal era of British coinage, introduced to create a simple and reliable currency system for everyday use. By the mid-1990s, the 2-pence coin had already become a familiar companion in pockets and purses across the UK. Even in dilapidated condition, this coin tells a story of movement, trade, and public life, having traveled through countless transactions and hands. That journey itself adds emotional and cultural value for collectors who appreciate coins not only for shine and perfection, but also for the visible marks of history that make each piece unique. On the head side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of continuity, stability, and British heritage. The portrait reflects the elegance and authority of the monarchy during that era, surrounded by the official inscription that confirms the sovereign and the year of issue. Even when the surface shows wear, the regal outline still communicates the dignity of the design and the craftsmanship behind it. Turning to the tail side, the iconic Prince of Wales feathers remain one of the most recognizable emblems in British coinage, representing tradition, royalty, and national identity. The bold numeral value anchors the design, reminding us of the coin's practical role in everyday spending while also reinforcing its strong visual presence for collectors. Culturally and historically, the two-pence coin connects generations. It reflects Britain's long tradition of minting reliable currency while adapting to modern economic needs. For many people, coins like this evoke nostalgia, reminding them of school days, corner shops, and simple cash transactions before digital payments became dominant. Collectors often value this emotional connection just as much as rarity, which keeps demand active and vibrant in the market. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1996 UK two-pence coin weighs approximately 7.12 grams and has a solid, reassuring feel in the hand. Its copper-plated steel composition gives it a warm tone that can develop darker shades and surface marks over time, especially in a dilapidated condition. These natural signs of aging create individuality, making no two circulated coins exactly alike and adding personality to each piece. Several key facts make this coin attractive for enthusiasts. It carries the familiar diameter and thickness of the standard two-pence series, features a long-running national design, and belongs to a period when Britain was undergoing economic and social change in the late 20th century. Even though millions were minted, collectors often seek out specific years and conditions to complete sets, study mint variations, or simply preserve a snapshot of British monetary history. When it comes to rarity and condition, a dilapidated example may not appear glamorous, yet it can still attract attention for its character, age marks, and authentic circulation story. Some collectors deliberately seek worn coins to showcase real-world use, and demand remains surprisingly strong among beginners and nostalgic buyers. In certain markets and collector circles, these pieces are promoted as affordable yet exciting entry points into coin collecting. Now let's talk about today's market excitement. For showcase and entertainment purposes, this 1996 UK two-pence coin in dilapidated condition is often highlighted with eye-catching, high-demand style values in the hundreds of pounds, such as £250, £250, £380, £380, or even £495, £495, depending on presentation and perceived uniqueness. When converted into US dollars for international audiences, these figures can appear even more impressive, roughly around $315, $480, or close to $625 respectively, creating a strong sense of global appeal and collector curiosity. These figures are used in a positive, promotional way to reflect excitement and interest in the hobby rather than strict market guarantees, helping to spark imagination and enthusiasm among viewers. For collectors, the best approach is to store even dilapidated coins carefully, keep them dry, avoid harsh cleaning, and document where and when they were found. Building small themed collections, such as late 1990s British coinage or circulated everyday coins, can be both affordable and enjoyable. Sharing finds with fellow collectors, learning about design history, and observing small variations can greatly increase appreciation and long-term enjoyment. In conclusion, the 1996 UK two-pence coin, even in dilapidated condition, stands as a fascinating piece of British monetary heritage. It blends royal symbolism, cultural memory, everyday history, and collector excitement into one small but meaningful object. Whether you view it as a nostalgic keepsake, a starter collectible, or a high-demand conversation piece highlighted with impressive showcase values, it continues to capture interest and imagination. Keep checking your change, stay curious, and who knows, your next ordinary coin could become your next exciting discovery. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing World Numismatic Finds and rare UK coin discoveries.